Poloma Orquillo Sobel is the founder of Pio. What is Pio, you ask? Pio is a designer clothing brand made in the Philippines, using traditional patterns in modern clothing and material. Basically, take the old, make it with the new. That's about it. And these are some of her pieces and designer clothing made by Pio Pio. Let's appreciate them as one of the examples of visual arts in the designer category. Paul Cardenas is a video editor based in the Philippines, specifically in Quezon City, Manila. Well, not much known of him, but he's a great video editor and is also one of the great visual, arts in the Philippines as well, because video making is very, very widespread in this modern day. But sadly, this is the only photo that we have of him, and his works are privately owned, meaning I can't sample anything, and it's a vast majority. But if you're wondering why our Philippine cinema culture, even YouTubers look good at this point, blame him. He's the main reason. Pablo Antonio was born in January 25th, 1901 in Manila, Binondo, Manila specifically, and died June 14th, 1975. His education is in the University of London, awarded by the National Artists of the Philippines. His current and well-known works are in architecture. He is an architect. Pablo S. Antonio is a Filipino architect. As the founder of Filipino architecture, he was recognized as one of the unique Filipino modernists and architects of his time. Well, it's already easy to say that his buildings already are famous enough to have worthy of recognition, such as the Far Eastern University and so much more. The Red Cross, the White Cross, the multiple buildings just featured here. There's the Idea Theater, Manila Polo Club, and so much more. Even his own house shown among these are wonderfully built. So clearly architecture has a very imposing and great worth to our visual arts in the Philippines. Manuel Conode is born in October 15, 1915. Died August 11th, 1985. His wife is Elvia Reyes. Not much known about her. But Michael Conode is an actor, director, and producer of the Philippines. As an actor, he uses stage name Juan Urbano in the 1930s. In addition, he's more popular in his stage name. So, in general, this man is a multitasking Jackie Chan-like figure who pioneered filmmaking in the early 40s, 50s, and lived in 1985. Such honor. And also, from these photos, he looks like a Filipino Elvis. Ain't that strange? Alright, let's move on. Joy Anchua is a crafter, specifically. She loves crafting, basically everything, because she loves everything about paper because it has variety and versatility. And she started crafting when she was a kid, while her older sister was hoarding stationery pens, bottles, seashells, etc. So she started hoarding a bunch of her own color makers, flower petals, and she affectionately called the output of my hoarding junk, etc. So basically, she's a hoarder that made use of her hoarding and turned it into something beautiful. Her favorite project is, stuff like this you see here. Basically, she's a creative soul, and she turns basically one man's trash into another man's treasure. In this case, she turns random junk into art pieces. So I can't really fault that, and that's the reason why she is one of the greatest crafters of all time, and represents another part of the Philippine visual artists in the subsection of crafting. John Pettyjohn, born in 1950, Okinawa, Japan, together with his wife Tessie, is considered one of the pioneers of contemporary Philippine ceramics. For the past 38 years, he has worked passionately in the realm of high fire Asian style ceramics. Tessie Pettyjohn is a renowned pioneer of Philippine pottery, clay, and sculpture, starting her craft in the late 70s. She has had many shows both here and abroad in her long career. Although she's retired from teaching, now she concentrates doing her own work for exhibits at her Laguna Workshop studio. Now, you might ask, why does John Pettyjohn sound so American? Now, here's the question. Is John Pettyjohn a Filipino? The bridge may just be John Pettyjohn in 1976. Pettyjohn returned to Barcelona, where he extended a vacation 2-year study in ceramics. The Filipino-American artist debuted. He's a Filipino-American. Simple as that. He debuted in 1978 with his first solo exhibit with high original and fire-fed stoneware in Manila. So, long story short, John Pettyjohn and Tessie Pettyjohn are both Filipino pioneers of ceramic creating. That is beautiful. A native of Bugo, Cebu, Fidel T. Araneta was one of the early teachers of the national artist Napoleon and Abuniva, and has won a number of awards for his work. He was also educated at University of the Philippines School of Fine Arts and was taught national artists Fernando Armozolo and Guillermo Tolentino. As you can clearly see with these, compilations of his artwork, he's pretty talented, should be one of the, pioneers and one of the best talked about sculptors that we should have. Manuel Antonio Rodriguez Sr. is known by his nickname Manning. Born in January 1st, 1912, died in May 6, 2007 in Florida, United States. But also known by his nickname and also known by his beautiful artworks, he was a Filipino printmaker. He was one of the pioneers of printmaking in the Philippines and was dubbed the father, quote, the father of Filipino printmaking. Nothing much said here, it was just the GOAT. He got class, he got art, he got genius, he got everything. He's the king. Printmaker, great printmaker, king. Ezra Akayan, born in 1913, he's a photojournalist based in the Philippines with a decade of experience covering politics, climate change, social injustice, and so much more. Since 2019, he has regularly worked on an assignment of Getty Images. So basically, this man gets stock photos and also documents the horrible tragedies of our country, at the same time performing artistic expression with each shot. Let me remind you, this man also does stock images. So, anyway, off of that tangent, this man is talented, as you can see here in his photos, but I'm not gonna disrespect him like that. No. This is one of the great Philippine photographers over here, right? We are gonna let this one sit for a while. Now, sit back, relax and enjoy the tunes while it presents itself. Fernando Armosolo was born in May 30th, 1892 in Paco, Manila. Died in April 24th, 1972 in Quezon City. Fernando Cuto Armosolo is one of the most important artists of the Philippines. Armosolo is a painter of portraits of the people and rural landscapes of the Philippines. He's known for his creativity, expertise in use of light and artistic aspect. Born in Paco, Manila. So, I cannot stress enough how creative this man is. His portraits leave so much expression, color, and story to how these people or how we used to live, how peaceful our culture can be, how agriculturally rich we are at some points. But just allow me to show you how beautiful his paintings are.